What up? What up? It's the CO Show podcast. I am your host, CO. I got a special guest in the building today with me. She goes by the name Marlene. Marlene, what up?
Hi, what's up?
Hey man, we brought Marlene in here today. She coming all the way from Wildin' Out, and we're gonna find out a few things about Marlene right quick. Marlene, let me ask you some questions right quick. What do you do?
I bartend part-time. I do Wildin' Out. I just do media. Like, I went to school. I got a degree in mass communication, so a little bit of everything.
Educated.
I do hostings here and there.
Okay. What's the biggest misconception about you?
Probably that I'm stuck up. That's like the number one thing.
I'm glad you said that. Has a pickup line ever worked on you?
No, it hasn't worked, but I've heard some interesting ones.
What's the most interesting one you've heard?
Shit. I'm trying to think.
This week?
Yeah.
A
generic one. Where do you want to go shopping? But those don't ever get responses.
They don't?
No. That does not work. If you ever slide in the DMs, don't say that.
Oh, okay. These is in your DM. Okay. That's good. What's the biggest age difference between you and a man that you've dated?
18 years.
Ooh. Okay. We're going to circle back around to that one. Okay. If you're out with a man and someone else calls you out your name, do you expect that man you're with to defend you?
Hell yes.
To what level, though?
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a brawl or like a big altercation, but he needs to tell him, like, say something.
Say something.
Yes. Because if it was him, I would do the same.
Okay. All right. So do you date regular guys, or does he have to spend a lot of money on you to date you?
That's tough because everybody is considered regular.
Are they?
I feel like when it comes to money, then people put other people on social statuses, but you got to think like everybody is regular. I mean, he doesn't have to be blowing a bag on me to date me, but
the butt tells me
it got to come with something. It got to be something.
Gotcha. What's the most amount of money someone could owe you before you decided to take matters into your own hands?
Oh, 50 Cent is my alter ego. I don't care how much money you owe me. It could be $5. Mm-hmm. It's the principle behind it. Like, I might not necessarily need the money back.
Okay.
But it's the principle. Like, money is the biggest issue, but they do say don't lend no money unless if you need it back.
Yeah, but
it's literally the principle with me. So I'm 50 Cent petty. If it's $5, I need it back.
So you're going to be like putting them on Instagram about it?
No, I'm not going to do that if you necessarily owe me money, but I'm going to keep pressing you about owing me money.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to say something.
If you came into $1 million, are you going to tell your family that they don't have to work anymore?
No.
What? Are you serious? Everybody got to keep working?
Everybody got to keep working, but I'm going to look out for my family.
How far does this go? This is just like your mama?
My mom, I might let my mom slide. My mom, I'll be like, Mom, you done enough. Sit down, relax, chill. But my dad, he's a man, so he's already retired.
Okay.
So he don't work no more anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely my mom, I'll be like,
What about your aunt that babysitted you when you was a kid?
No, my grandma babysitted me. She could get it. But my aunt ain't babysit me.
Well, you are tough. Well, there's a great philosopher. He has a term, a question that he always asks, and it always stuck with me. And it goes by, would you rather cry in a Phantom or a Nissan?
Definitely a Phantom. I can't. I mean, people go through their stuff, but I'm crying in the Phantom.
You would rather cry in a Phantom?
Yes.
Nissan ain't got enough controls for you. Okay. So let me get back to something that you actually just said. I know you said that you would take care of your mom, you take care of your dad, but he's already retired anyway. You said something about dating guys, and he didn't have, like, everybody's regular to you, but he doesn't have to spend all his money, but he needs to spend some kind of money on you. What's some kind of money on you though? Like, what's that like? Is that like oh yeah, I'm gonna take you to Gucci or Louis Vuitton and buy you a bag that's like $2,000-3,000.
I mean,
or is
not
that like I'm
necessarily.
gonna take you to Mercedes, I'm gonna buy you the little $30,000 Benz?
No, because I'm not really big on like Louis or Gucci or anything like that. I would like it. It's nice. It's a nice gift. But I just feel like as far as dating, you're supposed to look out. Like, I mean, guys look at if their girl is like working hard or whatever she may be doing. Like, you're supposed to look out or make sure she's okay. But I don't know. That's just how my dad is.
Okay.
So you can't change my mind now. That's just how I was raised.
It's already ingrained in you.
Yeah, ingrained. Like, you have, like, make sure she's okay. Like, she need anything. Like, you don't have to be blowing a bag, buying me purses, shoes, this, that. But you got to make sure I'm okay. Like,
you got to make sure your rent paid.
yeah. Now, I mean, my friends might look from the outside looking in and be like, the guys she date not regular.
Okay.
But everybody has their own different level.
So they think the guys you date aren't regular.
Absolutely.
What makes them think they aren't regular? Is the money not regular, or is it like the status of the person as far as like
both?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they'll look at the guy, because not necessarily typically that guy will try to come talk to them on a regular. So they, like, my friends from the outside looking in, they'll think the guy is not regular because somebody like that doesn't naturally talk to them or approach them or try to get at them. So in their head, they think they're not regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to you, it's been happening forever. So it's like, it's a Thursday. It's all good.
Right.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Hey, you can't be apologetic for that, man. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle, and you do what you want to do with it. For me, I brought you here today, and there's a lot of things that's been going on in the news this week. And for me, one of the biggest things I've come across this week is R. Kelly. Have you ever met R. Kelly before? That means yes. Tell me about, like,
only through affiliation.
Only through affiliation.
Yes.
So you've actually been in front of him and spoken to him before.
Yes. Like, hi, how are you?
Okay. Is that the extent of the conversation?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Because for me, like, I've seen R. Kelly's type.
What is his type? Because he said he like all women.
Well, let's be real.
So
let's be real.
Okay, according to the news, his type is CBS. Like younger. Right.
And that's a very broad statement for somebody to be like, oh yeah, I like all women, or I like younger women. Because younger women could, to someone that age, could be someone in their 30s. It could be someone in their 20s.
Right.
Because he's 50. What is he? 50,
I mean, he dated somebody that was 37.
Yeah. But he dated her for like 2 seconds. That was an in and out joint. Like, that won't know.
Well, isn't the 2 girls that he's with now, those are like, they're not, are they younger 20s or older 20s?
They're younger. They're like the older one is the light skinned joint, Jocelyn.
And how old is she?
I think she is either 22 or 23 now.
Oh, okay. I thought they was a little bit older. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Because she got with him around 17, I want to say.
Okay.
One of them got with him around 17. And they've been with him for about 4 or 5 years now.
Right. I've known somebody that personally dated him.
Really?
Yeah. So that's how.
So did they tell you about the experience?
She said her life was lit.
She did?
Yes. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
She literally, like, she did say he was on some bullshit, but she literally was like, her life was lit. Like, it was like.
What's some bullshit though? Like, cause to them bullshit was like.
Just like personal mental issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. But her life was great. She traveled, like, what was lit?
Yeah, she traveled. He threw her a birthday party. Like, she was just lit.
Wow. She had great things to say about R. Kelly. How old was she?
I think at the time she was dating him, she was like 22.
Okay.
I think she's only like 24 now. Not sure exactly her age, but I think she's like 24.
So is that the only person you know that like has ever dated him?
Yes. I don't know nobody else that dated him.
Oh, okay. Did she fit like his description from what I saw between those 2 girls and the other girls we've seen in the special?
Well, he actually went public with her. This girl.
He did?
Yeah. So, she's beautiful. Like, yeah.
Wow. That's what's up, man. So I saw the special. It was crazy. I woke up one morning, I saw it. I was just like, yo, this is nuts. So did you see it? And if you saw it, what did you think about it?
I'm going to say my opinion on the R. Kelly situation. I mean, girls aren't dumb. Like, they know. Like, I feel like you messing with this man. And I'm not going to lie, I've seen the sex videos.
Okay.
So I've seen them myself.
Okay.
And I could understand if I was looking at the sex videos and they was like, stop, I don't want to do this. Like, get off me. Anything.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. And I don't know. I just like, I mean, it takes two to tango. So I feel like they were in it. And girls are always, I don't know, is you got certain girls that are trying to look for opportunities and like trying to come up on a job and they think like messing with somebody is the best route. And it's not.
Let me play devil's advocate right quick. Cause I agree with you, but I want to give you what other people will say about the situation. Other people will say they're 14, 15, and 16 and 17, which is underage. And mentally, they aren't capable of making good decisions. And he took advantage of them because they're younger.
Right.
So what do you say about that, though? You still think girls, they know what they're doing, even though they're younger, like in their teens, in their mid to late teens?
No, younger girls are easier to manipulate.
Okay.
They are. I don't know. It just comes down to where the hell was the parents? Because if you 13, 14, or 15, like, how are you even in that situation where you by yourself with him?
And that's where I jump in the situation, and I'm right with you on that. I feel like if you're 14 years old, right?
Right.
And you're this young girl, let's say you're a singer, you're an aspiring singer, and R. Kelly at that time was one of the biggest musicians, if not the biggest musician other than Michael Jackson, maybe.
You're going to be starstruck.
Yeah, you're going to be starstruck. And you understand he's a celebrity. He got a lot of money. He has a lot of connections. He's done a lot of great things. So he probably can do those exact things for you in your mind. And for me, I don't care if I have a daughter and she's 17, let alone 14. I'm not taking my child to a concert to meet someone who has a known past of accusations of sleeping with young women.
That's exactly what I said.
There's no amount of money. There's no amount of money somebody can pay me. I'm not selling my child off. And in their situation, from what I'm watching on TV, in the two young ladies situation, and their parents are mad. They haven't spoken to their kids in 2 years. I look at the situation more like when they were underage, he was probably giving them money. Like, he was probably giving the parents money. Maybe he was working on their career with them, or maybe that's just one of the things he said, and maybe he really wasn't. But I think the parents were okay with it as long as the money was coming back and forth from his hands to theirs. I think when the girls got of age, he said, okay, y'all of age, why I got to give your parents money? Like, I can give you money, or I can take care of you directly. And I think that's where the problem stepped in.
Damn, I never really thought about it like that.
And it's one of those things. It's like, oh, it's all good when the money flowing. And I think people like to ignore that fact, and they like to just all pour it on R. Kelly and say, oh, he's this bad person. He did these things to girls. He did those things. He took advantage of young girls. And don't get me wrong. If you're 14 and he slept with you, yes, he did take advantage of you, and I will give you that. But I think for me, when someone gets to 16, 17, 18, like, to me, at some point, you do know better.
What if the 14-year-old came on to him?
Yeah, but
But how do you? What do you do in that situation? You just be like, get off, like, no, or like, what do you do?
Two alone people,
and then this young ass girl comes on to you,
but she look grown.
I don't know what they look like. Whatever the case may be,
I didn't see the tape. But there's situations where guys have been around young girls and the girls look grown. Like, they look a lot older than they actually are. But when you get those two people one-on-one and the girl is coming on to him, that is a big decision for you to make.
Now that I think about it, the fact that I said that the girls are more so starstruck, this is like before their time period.
Yes.
Like, at that age, I don't really know R. Kelly like that. You got to think at 13 or 14, unless I really my parents listen to that music.
Yeah.
So I feel like more so the parents were starstruck.
Yeah.
So
they were starstruck, but I think it was about a check.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about a check.
It's always about a check.
Yes. And I think one of the things people don't want to admit, is it possible for those parents to have basically sold their kids to R. Kelly for money.
Yes. And I feel like people that don't think that is naive for not thinking that. Like, they're not on that side of
Yes.
They don't see that side.
Yes.
So that's when it comes to levels. You got regular people who don't see that side. Yes. And then you got people that really see that side to know what is really going on.
And they're thinking with a clear, blank mind. Right. They've never been in those fields of entertainment or whatever. Like, they don't know anything about it.
Right. And even watching the interview, like, Jocelyn, and then what's the other one's name?
I think it's Azriel.
Azriel is not, I listened to the interview and she ain't sound like she was brainwashed.
No.
She was the outspoken one.
She sounds like she knows exactly what
she knows exactly what she is talking about.
And
like,
she's over 21, so she definitely knows what she wants.
She do not sound brainwashed. I would think the Jocelyn girl brainwashed before her, because she ain't say nothing really. She was just like patting her on the back. Like,
I think the Jocelyn chick, her personality is just different.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't talk much. And I think her experience with him is really more like the young lady you said in her experience with him.
Yeah.
I think her life, because I know she was going to school in the AUC when she met him.
Oh, Jocelyn was?
Yeah, she was. So that's why I say she was around 17 years old at the time, or 18 years old. It was one of the two. And to me, I went to school in the AUC. So I've seen that type of girl who wants that type of lifestyle. And I've seen basketball players. I've seen actors. I've seen rappers. I've seen all of the above come pick these girls up from school, on campus, out of their dorm. So I've seen this happen before. And it's just like, she wanted a certain lifestyle that some people that live a regular everyday life know nothing about.
Right.
And it's like, when you 17, you 18, and you ain't got nothing, your parents sent you to school, you probably got like $200-$300 in your bank account.
And it depends on where you come. Is she from Atlanta?
I don't know. I don't think she's from Atlanta, but
right.
I'm not
so like,
sure
I'm not from Atlanta. And when I first moved to Atlanta, I was like, wow, I'm thinking like, wow, this is like amazing.
Okay.
So you never know where she came from, and she moved here and was like, I really live around celebrities now.
Yeah. And that's a thing that happens to people when they move here. Cause I don't think, maybe LA, but I don't think anywhere else can you be in a place like Atlanta and run across the type of celebrities. Like, you could be in Macy's and shopping, and Usher be like next to you.
You could be out to eat.
And if that's not what you're used to, yes, you're going to be starstruck.
Yeah.
And you will go for certain things that you may not usually go for in your small town or wherever you came from.
Right.
But I think, and I'm not absolving R. Kelly of all of the behavior. I'm just saying, I think there's a vendetta against him, and everybody's pouring on right now in the situation. And it probably has a lot to do with the fact that his money ain't what it was before. Because if he had a lot of bread, you notice people don't go after like publicly, people don't go after you like that when you got a lot of money.
You don't think so?
No, I think they try to extort you privately. The only time it goes public is when you ain't giving it up.
When you losing money?
When you
don't have money.
When you don't have money, I think that's when people start to pour on. I think when he had bread, yes, they tried to get him.
That's backwards.
Huh?
I feel like that's backwards.
No, because I think
if I'm going to try to extort somebody, hypothetically speaking, I would try to go for them when they really got money, not when they don't have money.
But I think he was giving the money up at first. What I'm saying to you is, now that the money's no longer there, as parents, he still has something of yours, even though he ain't giving you no money. He got your child. So at this point, you trying to like paint the picture that, oh, this guy took my child, brainwashed my child, and I can't get my child back.
But when it comes to the media, though, I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, as far as the media, like, trying to put or expose him, like, in that sense, you think they're trying to expose him because he don't got no more money? It would make sense for the parents to do that.
Well, media is media. And when you think about media, because you said you have a communications degree.
Right.
Media is looking for negativity. Like, they're looking for headlines.
Because that's what sells.
That's all that sells. So for them, they don't give a damn if he got money or not. If it looks good for them to say, oh, he broke, yeah, we'll put the lines.
Right.
R. Kelly's broke. He can't even get out of jail. Like, that's what media is all about. They're looking for the negativity. I'm saying from the personal side of the situation with the parents who have children involved, I think that for them, yes, it was about money at one point. He ain't got no more money, so he needs to go to jail. And I think for them as parents, if they were selling their children, it looks crazy for them not to say something. Cause to them, to sit back and say nothing and their daughter sit up here and say, oh, they just about money. They just want some money. We happy. Cause every single time the police, when they went to the police and said, he has our daughter and won't let her come home, the police in Chicago, the police in Atlanta went to visit those girls separately. And they both said the exact same thing. Oh, we here, we good. And they look healthy. And I'm just like, bruh, something's wrong in that situation. And I think maybe they just don't have the best relationship with their parents. And it's not quite what people are trying to paint it out to be as far as
it's definitely not. What her dad said, we growed up in the church. He said we growed up in the church.
Oh, they from the South.
Like,
we growed up in the church.
And I'm not gonna lie, church people be the worst people. Them be the most judgmental people.
Yeah, they do.
So she probably, she don't want to go back home to them.
Church people will like live a certain life.
She can't even be herself. She trying not to go back home.
No. You think she's trying to go home? He lives in Trump Plaza in Chicago. Do you think she's going to Humpback Tennessee again? No, I don't think so. He might not have millions or billions of dollars like maybe he had once before had, but I still think he stands a chance to make money with doing shows and stuff like that. So they're not leaving that situation no time soon. And I really think that they, like, when you spend 5 years with somebody,
they really like him.
Yeah. If you spend that kind of time with somebody and they took care of you, and especially when you were coming into a grown woman.
Right.
Like, he has nurtured you into a grown woman. Right. Now, maybe you have issues and he has issues and that's fine, but people are going to say what they want to say.
Everybody got issues.
He raised them and they ain't going nowhere.
Before I even met R. Kelly, I told my parents I did not want to sing. My parents made singing like a job for me. It's not something I wanted to do. And not only that, I even tried to kill myself because I did not want to sing, as a cry out for help, to tell them this is not what I want to do with my life. This is not how I want to spend my life.
Yeah, your father told me that you had tried to take your life and that the only thing that made you happy was singing.
No.
And that's why he became involved with R. Kelly to help you.
No.
Neither one of you want to sing. What do you want to do in terms of a job or career? Are you happy just doing what you're doing?
Honestly, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I haven't figured out what I want to do with my life, but I know when that time comes, we know Rob is going to support us regardless.
Right. Most definitely. He's our full support, and we're his full support. And all we need is each other.
Before I even met...
What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah, that's what it is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
You just said it.
A very strong relationship as well.
Both of you?
Yes, most definitely.
You know, how do we say this without being inappropriate? Is this a three-way relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
Well, both
I'm curious.
Those. Yeah, we both have our individual relationships with him, and we all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azrael going to movies and sitting watching, going to parks. I'm talking about, is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexually? Well, first of all, I'm not here to talk about my personal life, and I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom. And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
Yes. No, I wouldn't, but
okay, then. So,
you're
next
right.
question.
No, you're right. I would not, but this is a very different circumstance.
It's not a different circumstance.
What is your relationship?
My parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
your parents. You're saying the same as saying.
Well, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
My parents told me to lie about my...
Okay. Okay. The special was 80 minutes, and it comes out tomorrow. The full 80 minutes episode, the full 80 minutes of it comes out tomorrow. And she talked to the two girls in the situation, Joycelyn and Azriel, and their part comes out tomorrow also. Azriel kind of seems kind of spicy. Like, what's going on with her?
No, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about.
Like, she know what she's doing?
Yeah, like she don't sound brainwashed to me. Like, I sat there and I looked at the girl, and then you could tell when you frustrated and you're mad, she started crying.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
like,
that
she
clip.
frustrated and she mad. Like, leave me alone. Let me live my life.
It was.
I'm grown. Get the hell on. Like, basically, like, she's like frustrated. He's frustrated. He was frustrated.
Yeah.
She was frustrated. I don't know. And then the journalist just killed me.
Wow. It was crazy though, because Gail kind of looked at her. She looked at her and said, "Hey, so." She was explaining what type of relationship they had. Like, yeah, we all go to the movies.
She was out of line. The Gail was out of line.
She was like, so well, we're trying to figure out, do y'all all like sleep together? And she was like, I'm not here to talk about my personal life. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, you kind of are here to talk about your personal life. You could have worded that different.
Or she said her personal sex life. She was like, would you talk about your personal sex life? And she was like, no.
She was like, no,
so
but
next
this is
question.
a different situation.
Yeah.
But she was kind of spicy. She was just like, oh yeah, let's get to the next question. I'm like, woof.
Right.
Like, that's a
She's
lot
definitely
to deal
the
with.
outspoken one.
Most definitely. She's like the one, he probably got to leave at home sometimes. She ain't acting right today. That's crazy. But another situation that's going on in the news, Kodak Black. You follow Kodak Black?
I don't follow Kodak Black. But
I do. He's one of the craziest young rappers I have ever seen in my life. But his look and his actual talent are different to me, because he looks like he don't know how to do shit.
I don't even really listen to him like that.
But he's really, really dope. Like, he's really, really talented. He's one of those people that he kind of doesn't really need other people. Like, he can always make songs that'll end up on the radio.
So he don't need no features or nothing.
No, his hits are like him.
Popping.
Yeah. So, but he got on his Instagram the other day and he was talking about some situation that happened in the nightclub in Miami, in Club Live. Between, he was just saying how someone came to him and said, hey, Lil Wayne wants to come through, say what's up to you. And for some reason, Lil Wayne never came, and Lil Wayne's daughter heard about it. And she had some negative things to say about Kodak Black. And Kodak Black was like, I don't really know who the hell she talking to. Like, she talking to me like I'm crazy. Like, he called her little bald-headed daughter, and he called her a bitch. Now, for me, I kind of think you're going out of line when you talk about somebody's daughter.
You're going way out of line.
Yeah, but I expected Lil Wayne to show up and be like, look, bro, who you talking to? Like, Wayne said nothing. Then YFN Lucci is her dude, and I expected him to step up and be like, bro, what's up?
That goes back to what you said earlier.
He did a video and spoke about it, but it was a bunch of nothing. Like, he never really even like stepped up and said anything to him about her, and just like, he never took up for her in my mind. And I know you said a dude needs to step up in your honor.
Let him go, sis. Let him go.
She just need to let him go.
Yeah, I mean, not to. She's a sweet girl. And she could just do so much better.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think she looks so young, though, man. Like,
she looks young. I mean,
she looks like a child.
But that's not a bad thing.
No, it's a bad thing in that position, because I think she looks young to the point where she's like, what is she, 18?
I don't know how old she is.
She looks like she's probably like 14, 15 to me, personally. Like, she looks like a very, very young girl. And then he's 28. And I'm just
and then he ain't take up for her.
He ain't take. And I thought Wayne might have been like, oh, my dog, you better, this your time to step up.
He probably said that to him privately, but I'm looking at Lil Wayne, I get the vibe that he's not the type to say anything anyway. I mean,
really?
No response is a better response, if you ask me.
But you disrespect my child.
Right.
That kind of goes out the window.
Right.
I get negativity and no response.
Right.
But like, when someone disrespects your child, I think, to me, your woman and your child, you kind of have a responsibility for it.
Right.
And if you don't step up for your woman or your child, you kind of like, you tripping on my part.
But you got to think about it. You can't come for everybody that say something about your child.
No, you can't. But that, like, I've seen people in the comments talk crazy, but I've never seen someone basically stand up, do a video, and call your daughter a bitch. and a little bald headed.
He went on live, right?
Yes.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. He don't got it all.
So if that was you, if that was you and YFN was your dude, how would that go if he never stood up for you?
I would just say something.
You would leave him alone? Nah.
I don't know. That's tough.
I think if you have a lot of time in, I think it's one of those things where you like.
I mean, it could be fixed. Like, if we done dated for a while and you just so happen to not stick up for me at one time, I would say something and be like, I don't know, I'll probably be like, you handled it wrong. Like, you didn't handle it the right way. But I mean, that's not necessarily an issue for like them to completely stop dating. Mm-hmm. But they done had so many accords. I'm like, you could do better, sis. And she can. Okay,
I did ask you the question about like, let's say you win a lottery. You win a lottery for like $100 million. And after taxes, you done walked away with like 70. Your bank account looking healthy, looking good. Your family looking at you like, oh girl, we done hit the lottery. Like, it's time to, like, we're going to turn up. Like, we don't got to work no more. We just going to live life. Do you have that like, do you feel responsible or are you just going to be like, yeah, I know I'm super rich and I'm going to take care of my immediate family? Or are you just going to be like?
To be honest, I tell my dad everything, but if I was to hit the lottery, they not going to know I hit the lottery.
Your family won't know you hit the lottery.
I'm just going to start doing stuff for them. So they like, I might just like, I'm not going to be like, I hit the lottery because that's when people expect you to start doing stuff for them. But like, I would be like, I'll just like buy my mama a house. Yeah, and then she'll be like, what the hell do you do?
Your auntie's going to be looking at your mama like, girl, where you get this house at? Like, who bought this for you? And women can't hold nothing.
My mama damn sure can't hold nothing.
See?
She can't hold water.
She at home right now on the phone with one of your aunts telling them something about you.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come to you.
I mean, eventually it would get out to my family, but I'm not the type of person. It'll probably take me a while. I tell my dad everything, and he don't like run off and tell people stuff. So I would probably tell my dad first, and definitely my mom last.
I just think when you got that kind of bread, you're like
excited.
Certain things change. You're excited, but your lifestyle changes. It's like if you were driving a Honda, you may now drive a Bentley, or you may now like. Everybody, like, especially younger people want a different lifestyle. Like, older people may be kind of content in their lifestyle. They might be like, well, I might get a Cadillac, or, I just might get a little Benz or something like that. It may not get super extravagant. Like, but I only asked because Meek Mill made the comments on TV the other day. He just said, yeah, I don't feel like I owe nobody shit. Like, I came up, I worked hard, but I don't feel like I owe my family shit.
I can see where he coming from only because I'm going to say this. We didn't ask to be here.
Okay.
We were born into this. Like, we didn't ask to be here. So I feel like as parents, you should look out for your kid. That's your job. Like, you have to set your kid up for success. Everybody ain't got it like that.
Okay.
So everybody's parents ain't rich or wealthy. They don't have that mindset. Or parents don't even teach their kids about credit. So like that. Like little stuff like that. So you're supposed to set your kid up for success because they never asked to be here. So I see where he coming from where he say that because he didn't ask to be here. He just rich.
But I feel like to whom much is given, much is expected. And that's really real. Like, I think it's easy to say, yeah, I don't owe nobody shit. But like, yes, you have aunts and grandmas and uncles who may have done things for you as a child.
Right.
And they may have the expectation like, oh, my niece or my nephew made it, so let me holler at them. And I feel like, yes, I feel like to a certain extent, I personally do owe them. Like, I do. Like, I feel like if my lifestyle changed, God changed it for a reason. Like, it's not just about me. Like, I feel like God may have changed my lifestyle for me to go help somebody else and change their lifestyle.
Right.
And I don't know that I got to keep throwing money at them.
But no, your family gonna want you to keep throwing that money at them.
Oh, no. There's a plan. Oh, no, my sister. There's a plan that's going to happen. I'm going to sit everybody down at one time. I'm going to figure it out before I do it. And I'm going to say, look, you going to get this much. You going to get this much. And it ain't even got to be together. but I probably would do it together because they're going to gossip and they're going to find out how much they got. So I might as well do it all at one time and I'm going to make it even. And I'm going to say, look, when this run out, that's it. That just is what it is. It's going
you
to
gonna make the money even?
Yes. For as far as the person, you have a certain value. My aunt has a certain value.
So the money is even across the board with every person.
Well, I have certain aunts that have a different value than my other. Like I have an aunt who opened my first bank account for me in my life.
Okay.
Like, and I'm always going to look, like when I was in college, she used to take me to Walmart and buy me Doritos and cookies and stuff like that. Like she holds a different value for me, closer to my mama than the rest of my aunts. Okay. It don't mean I don't love them. I'm just going to say she did things for me she did not have to do because I
you would give her more money.
Almost definitely.
Okay.
I do that now.
So how you going to sit them down? Then you going to sit them down. They're going to start arguing at the table and be like, well, how she get this amount?
Oh, no,
and how?
You don't know me too well. I don't play around with people.
So you can't make it even. You got to talk to people on their own accord.
No. And my mom's real like protective.
Yeah.
And she don't like, you ain't about to sit there and go back and forth with me about nothing, especially in front of my mom. Cause she don't play that. Like she will, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you can't make, nobody can get more than your mama because she don't play that. That just ain't happening. But like I said, I do feel like you have a certain responsibility to take care of your family. And like I said, don't make it a bottomless pit where you're just throwing money at them.
Right.
Oh, I need 10,000. I can't pay this. Here you go.
Right.
2 weeks later. Oh, I need 5,000. I can't pay this. No.
Right.
You're going to take this money, and a lot of them are going to blow it. I have that expectation up front. However much I give them, yes, they're going to blow it. But I have done what God wanted me to do for them.
Right.
That's it. It is what it is. So I disagree with him where he says he don't owe nobody shit. I do feel like you do owe somebody something. I think that when people get money for a while, they tend to forget what life was like when they were broke.
Right.
So
that is true.
Their mindset kind of becomes different and they become arrogant about it.
Right.
But a fool and his money.
But you never know what if he ain't have his mom or his parents growing up, so he feel like he don't owe nobody.
Well, I know it because I know the story of him and I've paid attention to him for a long time. I know his mother raised him.
Okay.
I
don't know nothing about him.
I can't remember about his father, but I do know that his mother raised him. So he pretty much take care of his mom, but maybe he has a situation where his family members may be grimy. I don't personally know.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he feels that way. But for me, as a person who had a family and I was raised by my mom, I do understand. And I grew up in the church. And I growed up in the church and I understand that I have a responsibility to my family. I have a responsibility to God to take care of my family. Like he didn't bless me to go sit over in a corner by myself and just be rich and looking good and just doing whatever while everybody else still struggling. Like that makes no damn sense to me. But that is what it is. Last little situation I wanted to talk about. You ever rented an Airbnb before?
No, never.
Never. Oh, let me tell you about this situation that happened. It's absolutely nuts. When I read the headlines, I was like, yeah, that can't be real. So like, let me read it again. So what happened was a guy was living in a house and he rented out an Airbnb, which is basically he rented out a room in his house and he rented it to another guy. And when it came time to pay, it was just like he had been staying there for a while. And when it came time for him to pay, he had owed like $149. So when the guy went to collect, he was like, yeah, dog, I ain't got it. So he was like upset. Of course, he owed him money. He ain't got his money. So he made him like open his bank account, like to show him how much money he had. And he really did not have the money in his account. So the guy basically assaults him and chokes him out or whatever. And he said he really only meant to like scare him or whatever.
Yeah.
He killed the man. Absolutely.
This was on the news?
Yes, I think it was. I read it though.
I did not hear about this.
Airbnb kills a man for owing him $149. Funky ass dollars. Now you got to go to jail for the rest of your life. Because you killed a man over $149.
I thought with Airbnb, though, you had to have they pay up front.
You do pay up front, but this is with this situation, I think the guy had been staying there for a while. So the way he was paying him was a little bit different. I don't know if he stayed past his time or whatever.
That's probably what it was.
He had been paying him straight up, and he just didn't have the money when it came time to pay him this time. But I think killing somebody over owing the money is like, I kill you over like if I took like $100,000 and that's all I had in this world, and you stole it from me, yeah, I'd probably do that. I'd probably kill you. But your limit is a little bit different. You talking about you'll kill people over $5, and that's just insane.
I mean, I'm not gonna kill you over it. I mean, charges to he could have had him on some payments, monthly payments.
Clearly, he needed his $149 up front because he got physical about it immediately.
Don't play with people's money. I'm telling you, that's when the crazy come out.
All right, you ever been to Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Did you drive to Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
And did you park in the front or the back of the building?
This was my hometown. So which Cracker Barrel you talking about here? This is in my hometown. So I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in Atlanta.
I'm just talking about period in life.
Oh, yeah. In the front then.
They're kind of all the same to me. They're all set up the same. Huh?
Oh, in the front?
Okay. Young Dolph had a little situation. Basically, he went to Cracker Barrel to eat. He went in there, sat down and ate, came back out. Somebody allegedly stole $500,000 worth of jewelry out of his car at Cracker Barrel.
They broke into it?
Yes.
He had his doors locked.
He said he had his doors locked.
And the car ain't go off?
I don't know. Like, I'm one of those people when I walk around, I have a bunch of stuff in my pocket.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I have 3 sets of like different keys, maybe car keys or whatever in my pocket. So like it's very easy for me, like buttons in my pocket to like push.
Yeah.
And he probably has some foreign car, so his keys are probably like touchscreen or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
So for me, it's very, very simple to believe that maybe he unlocked it by accident when he was in the restaurant. Like he was eating. Like you ain't paying attention to your car when you in a restaurant sitting down eating.
But the way Cracker Barrel set up, they got so many windows, ain't it?
That's what I said.
Did he park in the back?
Huh? I parked in the back when I went to Cracker Barrel, but I don't know exactly where he parked. He definitely couldn't have been in no damn front.
And then if he got drive like foreign cars like that, 9 times out of 10, he parked in the front.
When you've been doing it for so long, I don't think you have the same like caution. And if you're at Cracker Barrel, it ain't like you in the hood. You're at Cracker Barrel. All Cracker Barrels to me are in suburban areas.
Yeah.
With like church going folk that live out in that area. Like you ain't thinking about somebody robbing you at Cracker Barrel.
Definitely not.
Maybe he didn't lock his doors. I don't know. He didn't say whether or not he locked his doors, but I personally think even if he did, a lot of times guys have a bunch of stuff in their pocket, and he easily could have unlocked it and not paid attention. Or he could be lying about this whole story, and maybe he wants the cash.
I don't know. I just find that crazy to believe. If your car getting broken into and then Cracker Barrel, somebody gonna see it. Anybody gonna see it out the window, and your car gonna go off.
That's if you parked in the front.
If you parked in the front.
And for me, it's like, where's Cracker Barrel security? They have security?
No, it's a restaurant.
Restaurants have security.
I mean, hood restaurants.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
Stony Rivers.
The steak joint.
Yep.
I think it's Cumberland Mall.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I ain't never been there.
Yeah, that's my favorite restaurant.
So you like steak a lot, or you just like that restaurant a lot?
Steak and crab legs.
At the same time?
Not at the same time.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
I gotta let steak go though.
Why?
It's bad for you.
Red meat?
Yes.
So you letting all red meat go at just steak?
I'm trying to let it all go, but it's hard.
Yeah. When you've been doing something for your whole life, it's very, very difficult. I just started drinking water like 3 days ago. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I see a soda on my way somewhere, I'm just going to kidnap it. I'm telling you, it's very difficult to stop drinking.
Steak is my favorite food.
Really?
That's what makes it so hard.
Can you cook?
Yes. I can't cook everything, but
I was about to say.
Yeah, I need to learn how to cook Filipino food.
Why?
Cause
is it good?
Yes, to carry down the tradition. My mom's Filipino, and I don't know how to cook it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does she say about that?
She don't say anything because she never really taught us growing up, so it's not. She wouldn't expect for us to know.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she, like, how old are you?
27.
Okay, you're 27. Did she act like? Did she give you pressure about like having kids or like getting married?
She's starting to.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is she like at Christmas or like Thanksgiving? She be like, girl, why you here alone?
Or she'll be random because my mom is very blunt and outspoken. So sometimes when she talks, it comes off rude. So she'll be like, you need a boyfriend. Why you don't got a boyfriend? What's wrong with you?
What?
And I'll be like,
she ain't cooking.
What's wrong with you? Because my dad is married.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but my mom's not.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure she's beautiful though.
Yeah,
and she don't got
beautiful.
no dude?
No.
How old is she?
I think she's like 47 now.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mama 47.
Yeah. She might be in her 50s by now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm a daddy's girl, so I know when my daddy was born, how old he is. I know all that.
You just don't pay attention to your mama, huh?
I do pay attention to her.
So your mama didn't teach you how to cook, and you don't know how to make Filipino. Do you know how to make spaghetti?
Yeah.
That's
I know how to
important.
make regular food, just not Filipino food.
Oh, okay. Are you one of those people who cook like for Instagram, but you won't cook for a dude?
I don't cook for Instagram.
Oh, okay. I see a lot of girls like they'll be on Instagram on their story.
Oh, they be having a whole cooking show
on their live, and they're like, "Oh, girl, come through. We about to eat," and they got a whole Thanksgiving spread. But you ask them to cook, they'll be like, "Nigga, we going out to eat. I don't cook."
I find that weird, but sometimes girls feel like cooking is a treat.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta eat. What is
like
a
if
treat?
I'm cooking for you? Like some girls be feeling like if I'm cooking for you, I really like you. If I gotta cook for you.
Why can't it just be food?
Some people, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm cooking, it's because I'm hungry.
Yeah. That's all it is. If
Yeah.
I cook for you, I really like you. There's
Some
no
girls think that. That's why they cook for just Instagram and don't be cooking for them dude in real life.
Wow, that's crazy. So do you like have you ever took a guy home to like meet your father or your mother?
That's a good one. No guy that I've ever dated has met my dad ever.
Really?
Ever. Cause I feel like when I'm only going to introduce one guy to my dad and that's going to be the guy I'm going to be with.
How long do you think it takes to know that though?
I don't know, because everybody got their own vibe. So if you
Yeah.
dating somebody, everybody got their own. I mean, but when you know, you know.
Yeah, but when you kicking it with somebody, like let's say y'all been kicking it for 2 months, like strong though, like every weekend y'all in each other's face, everything been going well. Y'all might have went on a trip together, or maybe 2 trips together, and everything has just been great. Like, do you think it's possible to know at like that early?
Yeah. Because I feel like girls know, like even when a girl first goes on a date with a guy, she gonna know if if she's into him.
Yeah,
She knows off rip if she's into him or not.
one date.
So yeah, off the first date, you're gonna realize if you're gonna still want to talk to him after that. I feel like 1 or 2 months, you're gonna know, like, or have a general idea if you're gonna want to be with that person.
Oof. I get that. Like, that's why I think people don't make it to second dates a lot in my mind, because you're just like, I don't know though, because some people can be great on a first date. I've seen a
And
girl
then they
be really great,
yes.
and I'm like, oh man, she's dope. Second date, it was almost like I was looking at her evil twin sister. Like, you ain't even the same person.
Right,
Like,
that is true.
I've seen it happen before, so I give people, you got to get to like a second, because sometimes that first date be like, she was fronting,
Yeah.
and like she did her hair a little bit different than she normally does.
Right.
She did her makeup. She might not even usually wear heels, but she wore heels that day.
Right, that's
You gotta
true.
give her that second date to figure out who she really is.
Yeah, y'all got to be hanging out though.
Yeah.
So I feel like trips is a big thing. Like,
Really?
cause I feel like when you go on trips with people, that's when you see what they really are like.
Okay.
They're in a different environment,
Uh-huh.
different atmosphere. Like, it's just like you and them one-on-one.
Yeah.
So you really get to see how they are as a person.
So if you're on your phone a lot on a trip, what does that say?
Oh, nah. That ain't it.
That ain't it?
That ain't it. Even if you on your phone a lot on the first date.
Oh, no, I got a rule. If you got your phone like this on the table at all, it won't be a second. I won't even tell you. It won't be a second. Unless you got a child and you got to keep it like.
I'll leave my phone on the table when I go on dates, but it's not like I'm like on my phone. Like,
Because girls have a lot of shit that be like notifications that go up on their phone, like Instagram,
yeah.
text messages, Jesus, quotes, like all this extra, the weather.
Right.
And for us, like for me, only thing may come up on my phone is a text message or a phone call. I ain't got no, like, or Instagram, like if I get a message, but I don't got all that extra stuff that pops up on my phone. So for me, for a girl to be on a date and she got her phone out, I'm like, yeah, that probably ain't a good sign. Like this ain't gonna be no second date.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's definitely not a good sign.
So I'm glad you said something about like going out of town with a guy, because there's rules to being flown out. You
City girl.
okay? They ratchet this shit.
You
too.
could get.
Have you ever been flown out?
Yes.
What's the most exotic place you've been flown out to?
None.
None. So it was local.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in the States.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a nice time?
Yeah.
Did that person live here, like in Atlanta, or did that person live somewhere else and they just flew you out to where they were?
They live somewhere else.
Okay. What are the rules to being flown out? Like, what are the important rules for girls to know and being flown out?
So I don't know. Like, I have friends that tell me like they'll take certain trips with guys and stuff like that. Cool. I mean, do you, whatever, do you? Mm-hmm. I'm not flying out nowhere unless I really fuck with you like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, which I mean, I've had so many like trip offers and I turned them down. Like, cause I feel like if I gotta go out of the country with you and be around you for a certain amount of time,
really know that person.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't just take a trip with anybody. Like I have to really fuck with you.
Really?
Yeah.
So as far as the finance side of the situation, if a guy wants to fly you out somewhere,
everything on his tab.
Well, damn.
Everything.
Everything is on your tab,
yes.
brother. Okay. So if he wants to fly you out, because a lot of times I'm seeing lately, like girls are getting flown out and they don't really know the guy like that, but the guy may be famous or the guy may be an athlete and he's just got bread.
Right.
And they, like I said, they don't really know him like that. So it could go left at any point.
Right.
Because you don't really know him like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I had rules that I came up with for women to tell them about being flown out, which I think are things that they should already know. Like, don't let that nigga book that trip for you. Make him give you the bread and you book it for yourself. Like, book it in your own name with your own card so it can never be canceled. Don't let him book you no one way. Make sure it's round trip. And then you have to discuss certain things, which I think I've spoken to some ladies, like, cause guys have expectations.
Right.
Like, I'm sure there are nice guys out there, as I've been told, that will fly you out and spend money on you and they have no expectation. I don't fit under that category of guys.
That's rare.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, because I'm a guy and I know guys have expectations, I think as a woman, you should like have a conversation. Like, what do you expect like this arrangement to be? Like, do you think you're going somewhere and y'all sleeping in separate rooms? Are y'all sleeping in the same room?
That's something the woman is definitely going to have to say, because I feel like men are indirect.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to ask, they're not going to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely have to ask that before they get out there. But that, I ain't never hear no situation where a girl, I don't know. That's tough.
You've never seen a situation where a girl got somewhere and it got like, they didn't know like the expectations.
No, that's happened plenty of times.
Really?
Yeah.
So
or they're stuck out there and they can't fly back.
I don't understand that. Hold on. I'm glad you said that.
I done heard some stories.
How the hell are you stuck out of town and you can't get back? You ain't got no money?
Apparently not.
Why are you going out of town with no money? You should never get on a plane and you ain't got no bread. Don't go nowhere.
If you ain't got no bread.
Yes, and I'm talking about cash. I ain't talking about something he told you he gonna cash app you, or he told you I got you when you get here, you gonna be good, and you believe them because he's somebody and he got the bread. But you got out of town and ain't got no money to get back.
Girls is going. I'm telling you, like they are out. Girls is going on trips because they fit like. You gotta think, guys really on a higher social status is the only people that's really doing that.
Okay.
Like, I'm just gonna fly you out here.
Okay.
So they gonna trust them and believe that they just gonna be good.
How old are these girls? Because I don't see like, huh?
It varies.
Do they get in their 30s?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really hang around nobody in their 30s.
Okay.
Yeah, my friends, we're all like in the same like age bracket. Yeah.
Late 20s.
Yeah.
Okay. That's wild, man. I like when I hear that, and I agree. I've heard that like a girl was out of town, didn't have the money to get back.
Right.
And I'm just like, bro, set your life up better than that. Like you should never, first of all, I don't think you should fly out, but I've been in situations where I've flown out to meet somebody who I barely knew like that, but she lived in another state. So I went out there, and fortunately,
I feel like that's how it should be at first.
The guy should come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all are in different states and y'all really don't know each other like that, I feel
if he like you enough,
yes, he should come out and see you. But then you can trust him enough to go there.
But girls be pressed.
Girls just be trying to get flued out wherever the hell. Just fly me out. They just trying to get flied out.
Come to Tennessee.
Come to Tennessee. They gonna think that's the trip of their life.
Wow.
Girls come to Atlanta and think this a vacation. You gotta think.
This a vacation?
They trying to get flown out.
Wow. Where are they coming from?
Small towns.
Okay.
Anywhere.
I don't know, man. I think that's unfortunate, and that's like gambling with your life when you go out of town and you ain't got no bread. Like that's a lot. Like that's like, cause for you to have to pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, yo, so this nigga tripping, and
right, that sucks.
I need $200, $300 to get a flight to get back home." Because the other person on the other end of the phone gonna look at you like,
that's happened to so many girls, though.
Really?
Yes. So many girls. Like,
have you seen a situation where it was like, cause I've seen like, if it's local in another state, the flight can be only so much money.
Right.
But have you seen a situation where the flight was just like ridiculous to get home?
No, all the stories I've heard has really been like in the U.S. I've never heard of a girl. So I don't know how that works when like girls get flown out of the country and stuff like that. Cause I haven't been in that situation. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they like, the guys give them the money to book the trip or how that works. Cause you know, when you going out of the country, you just really trying to have a good time. You just trying to have fun. So I don't know how that works in that case. I don't know. Maybe if a guy was trying to fly me out the country, I'll be like, I need my plane ticket and I need you to send me some money. I don't know.
Yeah, you need to get some money.
Yeah, like I need the plane ticket and I need some money and I need to be compensated for being taken off work.
Whoa, good luck.
Because if I'm taking off of work to hang with you,
let me write this.
That's
there are rules.
Any girl that take off of work just to be going on a trip just because.
What if she didn't have a job?
That's different than you.
What
if
she was sleeping on her girl couch?
Go, girl, take your trips, get flown out. Cause you ain't got a job, you better try to think of one while you're getting flown out.
But to me though, I guess like if you don't have a job, let's say you don't have a job and you don't have a lot of bread, why would you allow somebody to fly you out of town, like out the country, and go spend like thousands of dollars on you?
And their mindset, you got to think, what else am I gonna be doing?
Make that nigga give you the money. Fuck that trip.
So that would be an instance where you have to be like, I need you to send me a certain amount of money and I need you to book my flight.
Okay.
So then if you have no issues,
but for you to say that, I think they might be a little afraid to say that. Because for you to say that, you kind of look like a little thotty telling somebody to
there's a nice way to ask, like, hey, is there any way you could send me some money, please? Because just so I'm straight when I go out, you just got to ask nicely.
Okay. I have seen this situation too. Let's say a guy, like, he play in a league and he lives out in Arizona or somewhere. And he says, yeah, Marlene, like, I want you to come through. I'm gonna buy you a plane ticket. Here's my card. Book you a flight. Do you book coach or do you book first class?
First class.
That was a test and you failed it. I'm here to tell you.
Why?
That's a test.
You think that's a test?
Yes, that's a test every single time.
If a guy gives you his card
and says, book you a flight, come out here and see me, that's a test. He could have booked your flight himself. He could have had his assistant do it. He let you do it.
So I'm going to fail the test.
You going to fail the test? Oh, my God.
I feel like if I'm on your coin and you give me your card.
But he wants to see what kind of person you... Well, the difference
that doesn't determine what type of person somebody is, though.
Yes, it does. It determines what type of woman you're going to have. Because some women will look at the situation and be like, yeah, that coach ticket is $300. That first class ticket is $1,300. Ain't no need to waste that $1,000. Some women will be like, oh, girl, that nigga gave me his card.
What's the distance? What's the distance?
I said Arizona. Arizona has to be what, 3 hours? Maybe 3.5 hours? Because LA is 5 going that way.
I don't feel like that would be a test for the guy, only because if you got the money to spend like that, what is that to you?
It's not about that though, because guys come from all different walks of life.
They do.
Like some of them have humble beginnings.
Yeah.
So for a humble beginning guy who ain't been getting money that long, but he's really into you, that may be a test. You failed that test. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm glad I can give you that advice in the future when a nigga call you from Arizona. I'm telling you.
Right. Because if think about it, if you messing with somebody, let's put Future out there.
Okay.
Say you messing with Future and he like, I'm gonna give you my card to book a flight to come out here.
Well, Future's not gonna do that, but go ahead.
So Future will be the type of dude to be like, this bitch book Coach.
No, you're not.
Like, no, you think
Future's paying attention to what you, like, other than the price, I don't think he's paying attention to what you flew other than, like, unless he saw you book a flight that was like $1,500, he might look at you crazy. But I don't think
he is not gonna look at you crazy.
I don't know. He did that girl dirty. I'm gonna tell you right now. He made her.
Yeah, the girl.
He made her all kinds of promises.
Yeah.
You did not follow through on at all.
It's because she ain't have sex with him. But that's where it come in at. You have to ask, what do you expect?
Well, that's not a conversation
there.
situation. That's Future.
Right.
Like,
that's a no-brainer. So she was playing like she was dumb.
Go ask somebody.
She knew.
Yes.
That's Future.
Exactly.
So she was playing dumb. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why she ain't get what he said. He was supposed to give her $5,000.
Yeah.
That's why she ain't get it. Because she went out there acting like she was dumb.
He's like, yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'll see you a little bit later.
I'm good, love, enjoy.
Yo, that was so classic. I'm like, yo, he set a precedence though. Like, girls know, don't fly out unless you plan on fucking when it comes to it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't take no flying out trips, because if I'm not fucking you or if I've never fucked you, I can't be playing them type of games.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I can't be going. I can't play. Like, I have to already be into you and already be fucking you.
Yeah, to go out of town.
Yeah, to just be like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I gotta be already doing that. That, to me, I may look at it as a situation like,
well, that's different because you a guy.
Yeah.
So you would fly naturally. I would feel like the guy would fly out to the girl if they're trying to get to know each other.
I'll be honest with you. There's so many girls who would just fly out if you offer.
Right. I'm telling you, they
and you've seen it.
They just want to get flown out.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. Well, that's my time for the day, y'all. I want to thank Marlene for coming through. Marlene, what's your IG?
Maganda_Lean. That's MAGANDA_LENE.
Ooh, that's a lot. Mine ain't that detailed. So y'all can follow me on IG at the.co.show. That was episode 2.
Number 2.
We got a little message for ladies. Ladies, if you out there and there's a guy that likes you, he trying to fly you out, I hope you took down those rules. Make him give you the cash up front.
Girl, don't take off of work.
Don't take off work.
If you taking off from work,
make him
more.
Pay you for taking off work. And make sure you got your flight back. Make sure your bank account ain't empty and you got to call somebody to get back. And have fun while you out there, man. Take all the pictures you want.
Right. Turn up. That's a good time. Have fun.
Before I cut this, who takes all those pictures when girls are on vacation?
The dude that flew them out.
Why he ain't never in the picture?
They ain't on that level yet. It's levels to this shit.
Instagram has a level?
Yeah, it's a level.
Hey, bruh, we getting tricked out here, y'all. Fellas, we getting tricked out here. But that's my time. Appreciate it.